In this video, I'm going to be going over some salvage vehicles I think may be worth buying, what to look for, and what to avoid. I'm going to start by saying this is angled towards individual buyers and not really big shops who have lots of equipment to rebuild heavily damaged cars. We're going to start out with what to avoid. Severe frame damage. Significant frame damage is one of the hardest things, if not impossible things, to fix without a frame machine. If you wanted to fix it, you would have to find a shop to pull it for you, or somehow hope a winch and come along can pull it out. Alright, here we got a 2024 Ferrari. You can see there is some severe frame damage, to say the least. But what's strange is that up top, the door is perfectly lined up, but down low, we've got what looks like about 8 inches of intrusion. So not a lot of sense there. But if we go to the other side of the car, here's like some severe frame damage that you're going to want to avoid. The next thing you're going to want to avoid is fire damage. Fire damage you'll understand when you see it, but cars that have gone up in flames are often too far gone. Electrical is destroyed, interior is destroyed, a lot of heavy metals, if exposed to severe heat, can become brittle. Just overall not really worth the effort in trying to repair. Here's a 2024 Ram TRX that's bed went up in flames. You can see in the trunk, the tailgate totally is destroyed. The interior is all destroyed. The only thing really worth it, if you wanted to buy this car, is maybe getting that motor. But aside from that, I wouldn't even bother with how heavily fire damaged this car is. But yeah, there you can see the bed. The fire was so hot, it melted the metal bed. You're going to want to be careful with flood damage. Flood damaged cars will be electrical nightmares. You can see this 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk. It looks like it was in pretty rough shape before that. You can see the window was broken. So water definitely got in the car. You can see here, I'm looking for a water line. But some of these websites will clean the car before they post it. So that's what they did here. So you can't see any water line. But once we get to the interior, you can just see it's really dirty as well. The interior is here. You can see water definitely got in that car. You can see that driver's side window was broken, but you can just see how filthy it is. And if it's that filthy, I mean, there was just muddy water inside the car. All right, you're also going to want to avoid stolen and parted out cars. Theft cars especially, you never know with what you're getting into. You can see we got a 2025 Kia K4. The car doesn't look like it was too heavily damaged. You can see it was a victim of vandalism. But nothing really looks like it was destroyed, just missing pieces, missing all 4 wheels, missing the bumper, missing a lot of just miscellaneous garbage. The only real damage looks like it was to that windshield. Other than that, it doesn't really look bad. Under the steering wheel, you can see someone has broken in there. A lot of cars, there's some pretty vital components. Some cars, they have the ECU under there, sometimes the BCU or the body control module. And it looks like someone broke in there, so never know. Things might be stolen. All right, last thing with what to avoid is deployed airbags. Deployed airbags are a pain to work with because you can't just take deployed airbags or undeployed airbags from another car and put them just replaced. I mean, this car was also a biohazard. But if you take a look, you can see every single airbag in this car has gone off. And airbags aren't cheap, and you can't buy them used. You can buy them used from a certified seller, but not from another car. And so you're looking at probably $1,000 worth of just airbags here on top of the rest of the car, which is, I think, totally smashed anyway, so I wouldn't buy it. But the airbags alone is going to cost you a lot of money. All right, all done with the what is bad, now to the what is good. Obviously not a lot of damage, though it's important to understand the more damage usually means less money. So you want to find a little enough damage to where you can fix it, but enough to keep it in budget and within your capabilities of fixing it. Right now, number 2, runs and drives. You don't have to worry about powertrain damage if it already runs and drives. Just keep in mind that if it has a dead battery, the company will say it can't run and drive. And sometimes people will even go to the lot, disconnect the battery just so that it can drive down the price if they really wanted to win the car. Sounds silly, but 4 wheels that look good. If you're going to have wheels that are bent or pointing in the wrong direction, it's going to mean that there is damage on where that suspension piece is mounted. Body panel damage. Body panel damage is usually one of the easiest things to fix. Body work is relatively easy, and especially if it can take off the car, right? If it's body panel damage that's part of the frame, it's not going to be easy. Like a lot of car roofs are not removable. But body panel damage, like a fender, you could take that right off, throw another one right on. And missing body panels, that's even better. Number 6, hail. Hail damage, usually just the easiest thing on the planet. You can just body damage. All right, finally, in budget and repairable. When you're purchasing the car, you want to make sure you don't go out of budget. Don't spend all of the money you have on just purchasing the car. Make sure you allocate enough money to where you can put in repairs, put in upgrades, put in whatever you want to do once you actually receive the car. Also keep in mind delivery times and paying for delivery. And when it's repairable, don't buy something if it is beyond repair, right? If it's any of the things I listed, you just don't bother with it, because it's going to cost you more money to repair than it would have been to just buy another car that was repairable, or to even just sometimes buy brand new. All right, now I'm going to go over some cars that I like and I think are going to be a good investment. I think you could repair them. We're going to start with this 2008 Porsche Cayman. You can see the only real damage is on that front hood. And if we click around, you can see there's some damage to the fender as well, or not the fender, the bumper, but it's mostly that hood. From my understanding, I think somebody rear-ended probably a truck and just smashed the hood. But the rest of the car looks good. And if we zoom around in the interior, you can see it looks pretty good. There are the keys. And yeah, the car looks pretty good. It runs and drives, rear-wheel drive, manual, everything looks pretty good. I like the car. All right, next up we got this 2015 4C Spider. See, the car looks pretty damn good. I actually think it'll probably go for significantly out of my budget. But you can see there's only a little bit, very minimal damage here. A little bit there too. Car looks pretty good. But I did notice that the wheels are pointed in 2 different directions. I also noticed that it's not really pointing at an absurd angle. So from my understanding, I think it's more of a steering component issue that's not really a mounting issue. All right, next up we got this 2000 Honda S2000. Now this car looks like it has a lot of damage, but you can see the frame almost looks perfect. It's actually just the fenders that are missing. The tires look great. Even over here, it doesn't look like anything really even was damaged. It might have just been some minor fender damage. Someone might have even just taken these off just to go drifting or something. But the car looks in good condition. The only real damage is that hood there. I would 10 out of 10 recommend buying this car and just replacing those fenders. Maybe get a wide body kit. That would look nice. All right, last up, we got this 2023 Ford F-150 Raptor. Car looks pretty damn good. I don't know what that red thing is, but other than that, the car looks really good. It looks like you're missing a fender and some headlight damage, but there's no obvious frame damage right there. You can see the tow hooks. One of them is a little at an angle, but I don't think that's going to be super difficult to fix. There's the rest of the fender. I don't really know how someone peeled it off like that. But inside looks good. See, all the frame rails are good. I would 10 out of 10 recommend buying this. All right, thanks for watching. Comment if you want to comment. If you need any help finding or want me to find a car on one of these sites or need help deciding on whether or not it's worth buying, just let me know. Comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. Like, subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching.